Not, probably not. Okay, there it goes. That might, okay, that's a really awkward intro, but whatever. Sometimes I'm not sure if Fraps is going or not. It does this little thing like, I'm kind of recording, but it's not. So awkward intro. Hey guys, welcome to another commentary done by Diggity. Doing this commentary in particular because I asked a lot of European players who are the guys that we don't know about that are awesome in Europe. Because I have a little bit more trouble following the European scene. The United States, of course, I feel like I'm pretty on top of it. But 9 o'clock location, we have IEM Sase. I have no idea whether he won this game or not. From IEM, this is on TerminusRE, by the way. He's going up against Goody, another solid player. He's going to be the purple Terran at the 3 o'clock location. TerminusRE, well, actually, Sase, of course. Let me mention him. I don't know a lot about him. I actually have not seen him in a lot of matches. This is, again, why I want to do this replay of him. But I know more than one guy, and I'm trying to remember if Rhett said it or not, or who, but more than one guy, or they're like, yeah, Sase, he's really the guy to look out for. He's really, really strong player. Hasn't accomplished a lot at this stage, but look out for him because he's playing really, really strong. Anyway, TerminusRE, tends to be more macro-based. You have a natural expansion which has, yes, a wide choke, but still fairly easy to defend, can take that natural. But what I feel like is the key feature is this third base only has that single gas, and yes, it is behind that structural rocks, but only a single gas there, and oftentimes what you'll see players do is rely on this expansion with the single gas, with the reduced mineral piles. It's only got 1,000 across 5, and as a result, they'll end up kind of in this awkward panic stage where, yes, they've secured their third, played a little bit more macroeconomic, but all of a sudden they've got a large army across the field from them. They have a large army themselves, and there's absolute this Deathclaw, scrappy sort of stuff to just go out and take an expansion. And I think oftentimes when I've seen players go for more infantry-heavy builds just to maintain map control early and opt to skip this base and in fact take the double gas here and just hold it as long as they can, particularly Terran when they can make planetary fortress out here and kind of siege forward with a little bit of mech play. Usually you'll see that more against Zerg. It tends to pay off more just because you do have double gas. Oh, wow, great play from Sase. And sorry I missed some of the more interesting maneuvers here in the opening build. But basically patterning the build here, dropping a pylon. This is going to force Goody into a different selection of builds. And Sase is really going to be able to handle any of them. I'm assuming he's just going to prepare for them. I never noticed that floating Zergling before. That's awesome. Anyway, but blocking that tech lab, so either Goody's going to have to lift up that pylon to plant it. It'll definitely delay it either way. And on top of that, this pylon provides a ton of scouting information, and it's going to force actually this factory to be placed in that corner by Goody, which is maybe not the optimal location. I mean, this is an extra half second, and even though that doesn't seem like it's much, every little bit absolutely counts, and it looks like that pylon has been taken out. But now, basically, Sase knows, okay, either fast expansion, I'm going to see it with this probe as he tries to sneak out, or I'll see it with the follow-up stalker, or I'm going to be going up against a factory build, and it looks like there is, in fact, a factory planted in this back corner. Actually like Hellions on this map quite a bit against protoss, just because in mid-game I feel like they are very powerful there because it's a large map, they have a lot of maneuverability. But Sase knows at this stage, okay, I've got a stalker out, I'm probably going up against only Marines because I denied the corner bunker. It looks like Goody also get a command center out here. I've denied that corner base on top of everything else. Wow, how did he know that? Maybe he saw that SCV go down there, but it looks like he's going to assassinate this SCV at this third expansion with the lighter mineral count. Natural expansion now being taken, information being denied, but Sase knows that he might be able to wander out with that stalker because, again, he knows there's no tech lab on that barracks, and the closest thing he's going to fight against otherwise is that Hellion. And as long as he has a follow-up stalker, he should be okay. It looks like he instead was just content to kill that SCV, though. Goody bunkering up because he has zero information at this stage. Probe patrolling back and forth on that Zelnaga watchtower, preparing to flee at a moment's notice. Hellion for Goody also being very, very careful, scouting everywhere just in case a sneaky probe had managed to go back there, drop a pylon. Looks like we had a assimilator opening and one gate into Robo, with a second gate quickly following and a third gate. So pretty standard. I like seeing the Robo first to get information on a wider map like this, because it's absolutely important to get a really, because information is at a premium on a gigantic map like TerminusRE, especially when you're talking about the importance of pressure after 2 base. Because again, that third base, yes, you can take that third base easily, but it's small. And again, I feel like it's there, but it almost feels like a crutch with a big saw chunk out of it. So yes, it's sturdy for the moment, but if you don't get off and onto something else very quickly, it's going to break and make you look like an idiot. Wow, that's actually one of my better analogies, although a little bit disruptive. Anyway, Sentry, I'm not even sure where that came from. Sentry is out on the front door with the stalkers. Second base is being saturated, and you can see that because we're having this initial probe, Sase is just chrono boosting practically everything into the Nexus to try to take a solid economic lead. He's unfortunately a little bit behind, 27 hearts versus 33, but he's got the stronger economy overall just because of saturation. Again, saturation counts even over the double mule count of that orbital command on the interior. And actually, I swear, okay, never mind. Looks like it moved out and landed. It's going brain farting there. I swear there's an orbital command here somewhere. Second mule landing there, 2 additional gas being tacked. SCVs moving out. That is going to equalize a little bit of base. Sase with just a slight economic lead. Bunker there. And again, Goody, though, playing completely in the dark, and as we see, this observer is going to sneak in and catch all of this information. A very heavy mech style of play. Reactor on the factory to pump out Hellions factory with a tech lab, and probably going to see a second tech lab momentarily, get heavy siege tanks out, and a 4th factory on top of it to just play it. And I think this is, again, to play the slow expand game at this expansion. I love it when Terrans do this, where they basically try to set up on that Zelnaga watchtower, have Hellions denying any outside expansions in the meantime, force the Protoss in to take this this low mineral count base, and then just play a strong economic control game from there. Hit 200, press into their Protoss opponent, and go for it. But it looks like here we have Sase moving up with an interesting timing. Has actually gone with Immortals, is flooding out several sentries as well. Looking at the flat unit count, we have 1 Immortal, 4 Stalkers, 4 Sentries, 6 Zealots. Just diving in versus the siege tank. Oh, that Stalker not long for life. That was actually a critical mistake there. Every little bit counts, and I don't know that Sase is going to have any success charging this front door. That bunker easily repaired. A Hellion at the very... But my best guess here is that Sase is actually just posturing here forward. I hope he doesn't run in for attack. That is a lot of Zealots, though. And if the Zealots get on top of those 2 siege tanks, it could be absolutely fantastic for him. But there's also this siege tank up on the top line. He does not have blink or anything to really cope with it. He's going to have to rely on that Immortal. No, he's going in. Guardian Shield up. Diving in. Trying to get Zealots on the front line. Let's see if he can get a surround on that bunker before the SCVs come in. Never mind. Bunker down! Zealots with the pin. Wow, SCV's off the line trying to group repair that. Immortal is on top of that siege tank on the high ground. Able to take it out, and the Zealots group surrounding there. That siege tank stands. Never mind. Down. Stalker reinforcements. And that Immortal has basically been untouched. Sase with fantastic execution, able to sneak in, blocking the ramp, so the SCVs are pinned to the low ground. They are going to have to eat a considerable amount of damage. It looks like he's happy to break that coverage, but denying this natural expansion, doing damage to that orbital command. Sase, again, force fueling that ramp, refusing to let those SCVs go. Hellion dies as well. Engineering bay going to be taken out, and wow, great position now for Sase. Strong economic lead. I don't even... Okay, 3 siege tanks on the northern wall, but he can just continue to force field, refuse to let those SCVs through to continue that mining. Take out... Wow, take control of this natural expansion. He's just going to be able to ride that economic lead. Needs to be careful, though, not to eat this continuous siege tank fire. Nice for Goody there. That was a big break. He's going to sneak a couple Hellions through. More Stalkers warping in, but maybe if he can just micro, do something magical here, sneak in... I like this defense. So now taking this next, and actually I think this is the better call. Go for more the defensive expansion rather than the harder hold outward expansion. Immortal engaging, Hellions being repelled, everything going really well for Sase here. I did not think that attack had a chance, particularly with that siege tank up on that cliffside edge and more reinforcements coming in, because you do have 4 factories. But Sase finding the perfect timing in there before that 4th factory is really producing, and that 4th factory, of course, cutting into a little bit. Oh, by Sentry, cutting in a bit into the production here of the factories. Otherwise, just saw the opportunity, went up and executed perfectly. Ooh, gonna lose some troops here, probably lose everything, including those Immortals. And the Immortals are, but taking out the command center at the same time. Wow, nice, Sase. Still, yeah, those Stalkers probably going to die. They're not long for life. The siege tank's just going to walk them out. But having taken out that natural expansion, pinned Goody to 75 supply here. All he has to do is survive what will probably be a significant attack to follow this up. Actually, he's already warped in Stalkers to kind of just take a look at this natural. Otherwise, that is 5 siege tanks, which can be scary. As long as he gets up to a 3 immortal count, though, he should be okay. In the meantime, he's actually tech switching to Colossi. And I'm not sure that I know he's seen all the factories. I'm kind of curious about that decision to go towards the Colossi tech switch. And here's the problem with having that orbital command. Actually, ooh, lifting it off. For a second there, I think he was thinking about lifting off and taking it out there. A little bit of a miscue, though, perhaps. Wow, that's oversaturated. Look at that. 2 lines of SCVs. Also, 6 Jet Vibe is online. Immortals taking stage on the front. We do have Colossi as well. I guess the Colossi is just to sneak into this extended back corner, or maybe play a little bit of positional denial, because if he does have a Colossus where it can walk up this edge, that is going to force Goody to stay at home base. Unfortunately, it is not going to be out and in forward position in time. Stalker's trying to buy what they can, and this is the large, I would say, all-in counterattack for Goody. Goody has to get it accomplished with this attack force. Looks like he's going to have a lot of opportunity to, well, he's going to take out 4 Stalkers on the way. Sase still has an overall supply count lead. I'm not sure whether he has the overall unit count lead. He's got a lot of Stalkers, 1 Colossus, 2 Immortals, but this is a ton of Siege Tanks and plus a lot of SCVs off the line. So Goody, even though he is denied the economy and even though he wasn't rolling it, this is still a large attack force. Hellions eating a ton of damage off that Colossus in the meantime. And it looks like they are going to be able to sneak to the south. But here's the engagement for Goody, moving up that Immortal. Oh, you need to get on the Siege Tanks immediately. Pinned back now. That might open up an opportunity for those Hellions sneak to the south, and it looks like they are going to do so. A lot of the, and I should bring up health bars, these units very, very damaged, except I don't know where my health bar thing is anymore because I've got new hotkeys across the board, and this does not have it. But Goody finding a wedge, Hellions moving forward. Sase actually pinned in the back corner, re-sieging forward. There come the SCVs to linebacker. 1 Immortal able to take 1 Siege Tank out, 2 Siege Tanks out on the front line. It looks like a lot of the SCVs have been killed as well. Backing up, nice positioning there by Sase, but it's not over yet. Goody continued to pin this in. He's actually almost instantly repaired all of these Hellions with that SCV auto repair. And oh, looks like charging in, ooh, losing another Immortal out. Continuing to try to produce troops where he can, but this natural expansion looks like it might get taken out right here. And I think Goody, despite being behind, might actually win this match just to raw Siege Tank power. Still, Sase, if he can win 1 big engagement, clear all this out, he will win because Goody is essentially all in on 1 base. Hellions just trying to dodge in, do what they can, bait these troops out. Goody gathering up for 1 final push. Again, if he can crush this army, he will in fact be victorious. If he loses this Nexus and he ends up getting wedged against these Siege Tanks, though, it'll be game for him. He's still producing Siege Tanks with what he has left of that economy. Still actually a sizable mineral bank actually for Sase. But yeah, that Nexus getting pounded away. Looks like it in fact is going to fall. And there's nothing that Sase can do about it except for sit back, wait for another Immortal, and pray that he can hop in and take this out. Starting to move now. Probes pulling off the line. Hellions there to engage. Siege Tanks eating it up because the Hellions providing that nice buffer attack. Colossus diving in from the north, but it looks like Sase has penetrated the lines of Siege Tanks, not doing enough damage, and he has cleared up everything. Great play from Sase, and wow, he still has a lot standing, a lot more than I thought, and he saved that Nexus. There's GG from Goody. Really well played. And nice micromanagement from Sase across the board. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, Sase, look out for him. Thank you for listening.